Nwauda Ejiro, you can take over from here. This is Biafra Radio. This evening we have the Biafran from the coastal. They're going to take over this platform this evening. Mazi, Nwauda Ejiro, please take over from me. There.
Good evening, fellow Biafrans, lovers of freedom, people of goodwill, lovers of our supreme leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, all over the world. We greet you this evening. Today, we are here as the Coastal Biafra to present to you a very, very important topic that is trending on the social media. A young Biafran that was brutally murdered by the Nigeria police. Before we go into the topic, we would like to first of all introduce ourselves. My name is Nwauda Ejiro. Nwauda Ejiro is an Urobo woman. I am from Ugheli. Ugheli is in Biafra land. Over here in the studio, my comrade is going to introduce himself. Over to you, please, brother. Thank you. Dr. Oghenevoke. Over to you.
Thank you, Nwauda Ejiro. I greet every one of us, most especially the crew of the Biafran Radio, who has given us the privilege to synergize with them from the front of the coastal brethren. We are so much grateful. We are not taking you for granted. We also extend our gratitude to all lovers of freedom all over the world, including our king and kings in the IPOB family, the indigenous people of Biafra. We are here because of you. If not for you, we will not be here. We are happy Oghenevoke has given us a fresh air to breathe and to talk about the restoration of our fatherland. We are here and we go nowhere. We are happy we are here to discuss some pertinent topic which border on our collective destiny. And as we are here talking about it, we are talking about it with the hope that there is going to be a proactive action that will follow up our words. And we believe that Oghenevoke will give us the spirit, the mind, the grace to pursue our heart desire. In the name of Oghenevoke, he said, so I'm Mazi Oghenevoke Oforitse, the zone national coordinator by the calculation of the SDOS by their mischievous memo. I am tagged as the immediate past Zoo National Coordinator. I want to put it to you, as far as IPOB Code of Conduct is concerned, I remain the national, the Zoo National Coordinator. I am from Ugele Province, Biafra land. All hail Biafra. Biafra we hail thee.
Thank you so much, Mazi, for that wonderful introduction. Over to you, our brother, Mazi Solomon.
Good evening. My name is Mazi Solomon Asingba. I am from the coastal Biafra. I am from Iru village, which is presently in between Edo and Delta states. I'll call ourselves the Car-speaking people. So we are the indigenous people of Biafra, and we are here to speak on behalf of our people. Thank you very much. God bless you.
Thank you so much, fellow Biafrans. As you have heard us, we have all introduced ourselves. We are the Coastal Biafran. We are here on Biafra Radio to speak to the world about what is happening in our land. And but before we start, we would like to first of all appreciate our Supreme Leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the man who have sacrificed so much, and he continues to sacrifice for us. He was unjustly jailed by the Nigeria Justice Omotosho. As we speak today, our Supreme Leader, he is the one and only Supreme Leader of the most massive freedom fighting movement called IPOB. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is a prince of Afariku Ibeku. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is not just a freedom fighter for his people alone, but he is fighting for everyone that is trapped in Nigeria. Today, he is jailed for fighting for the freedom of the Nigeria people. And we all know how Nigeria has been operated. The reason why we are calling for this program is as a result of what he has been speaking against. So today, we want to use this program to tell the world that our Supreme Leader has always been right in everything that he has said about Nigeria. You remember during the ELSAS, what triggered the ELSAS is this same scenario that took place in Delta State. And we knew the role our Supreme Leader played during the ELSAS. The ELSAS started in Ughelli, the same Delta State. So a lot is happening. And our Supreme Leader was, giving encouragement to the youths, telling them that they were doing the right thing because it is the right of the people to speak against unfair treatment from the force. The police force is supposed to maintain law and order. In Nigeria, the case is quite different. What we see is the contrary. So our Supreme Leader strongly was behind the EndSARS youths, encouraging them to continue to stay in the street to do a peaceful protest, making sure that there will be no violence and all that. But unfortunately, as usual, Nigeria is a country that always takes laws in their hands. They never have respect for their citizens. So what happened that made the EndSARS to collapse was as a result of the military shooting people outside. Nigerians who were holding flags, singing the national anthem, they were all brutally murdered in the Lekki toll gate. So our Supreme Leader, Mazi Oyendu, we are here to continue to thank you for opening our eyes, for letting us know what is happening, because a lot of us were blind before, but listening to your gospel of redemption, today we can be able to speak out and confront the tyrannic government that we have in Nigeria. So we want to thank you, and we want to let you know that we are solidly behind you. It doesn't matter what you are going through today. We assure you that we are your followers, we are your brothers, we are your sisters. We are here, we are with you in spirit, and also those who come to visit you are also in body. So our Supreme Leader, we want to thank you, we appreciate you. And also we thank the crew of the Biafran Radio for giving us this opportunity for us to be here to hear our voice via this platform, which was endorsed by our Supreme Leader. So Biafrans, we welcome you to this program today. Thank you very much. So as we can see on...
Thank you very much.
Yeah. So here we have the topic. Over to you, Mazi Oforitse, if you can take the floor, please.
Okay, thank you, Nwauda. I appreciate your doggedness. You are one of the great women that the Urhobo nation has produced in this recent time. I'd like to say something about the nationhood of Urhobo, the Urhobo people, before I go on to touch light on the issue that is before our table tonight. Many people do not understand the meaning of the indigenous people of Biafra. The indigenous people of Biafra is not a thing that has to do with a nation. It's not a nation thing. It's something that has to do with several nations, a conglomeration of nations, people groups, several people groups. If I'm not mistaken, it is made up, the Biafran nation is made up of more than 100 people groups, more than 100 indigenous nationalities. So Biafra as a nation, it's already a larger umbrella. It's not a single umbrella like it. It's not a it's not an hegemonious. It's a heterogeneous nation. It's not hegemonious like the Fulani and the Yoruba. Though the outside, the northern part is heterogeneous, but it is the Fulani Caliphate, the Fulani Caliphate structure that presents the status of the northern people as an hegemonious society. They too, they have more than 300 indigenous people who are already being swallowed by the Fulani Islamic jihadists. So for us here in Biafra, we, the Urhobo, we have about 7 kingdoms in the Urhobo kingdom. And in the Biafra nationhood, we have several nations like the Shekiri nation, the Bibio nation, the Soko nation, the Kalabari, the Idoma, the Ogoja, and so many, the Gara, and so many. So, and that is why we are people that you cannot be able to defeat. We are a strong people. And then I would know that we, with all these nations coming together, being identified as the Biafra people, it gives us a common front. It gives us a common identity, gives us a common destiny. And if we are not able to identify this, which is by human society, one of the process nationhoods are built is through self-realization. People who realize that they belong to one family are able to come together. People who have common cultural identity, common historic background, common linguistic affinity. Once they are able to identify themselves, which is self-realization, self-identification, which the British have tried to destroy, then you move forward to self-determination. It is this self-determination that will catapult you to self-actualization. And this is what the claimants that the British, the colonial master, don't want us to achieve. And by the grace of God, God has raised the person of Mazi Okuchukwu to open our eyes that this is our identity. This is where we belong. These are the people that we are. And that is why the British have they have done a lot of damage on our understanding of whom we are, so much so that when somebody say you are a Biafran, an Urobo man, or an Ishekiri man, they question you, what concern Urobo with Ishekiri? And that is the reason why we see OGHENEMENE today being the major reason why we are here in this studio today. Why is OGHENEMENE made to go through the experience that he went through? Why is his family money? Why is the entire Urobo nation money today? It's just on the simple fact that we are surviving. We are trying to survive. We are trying to, you know, separate ourselves from a people that we cannot cohabit with. The Fulani, even our closest neighborhood here, which is the Yaribas, they are people that we cannot, you know, beat our hand on our chest, go to bed with our two eyes closed to say we have neighbors, to say we have people to cohabit. And then when we consider this, we know that we have an existential threat. The attack that is being given to the average Igbo man is the same attack that is being given to the Urobo man. It was just 2 weeks ago, I was in Ughelli. I was telling some of my cousins, this is my line of agitation. Some of them would say, what concerns Urobo man with Igbo man? I say, there you are. Do you know I live in Lagos? Where I live in Lagos, my wife is identified as Iyawo Igbo, Omo Igbo. My children are identified as Omo Igbo. What if there is any sinister that is surrounding the average Igbo man in Lagos? That same sinister surrounds me as an Urobo man. And today we see it is very obvious today that the gun running that is taking place in Aligbo, the gun running that is taking place in Obigbo, is the same gun running that is taking place in what I call Uoreigbo. Uoreigbo. Because if Mazi, I don't know if you have really thought of these things that I've been thinking of, that the possibility that we are actually our actual linguistic affinity is not just Urobo. It may have been an adulteration of the real word Bo. Just as you have Aligbo, Obigbo, Oreigbo, the ancient town, Aligbo, the ancient people, Indigbo, the ancient people, Obigbo, probably it has to do with kingship. They were the ancient royalty. So, from my own understanding, by linguistic traces. So also, I believe we being identified as part of the Biafra project, we are a target. Today, it is very clear. The killings you are seeing in either in Aligbo or in Obigbo is that same killing that we experience also silently It's so fortunate for us that there was a video coverage of what took place, and it's something that the Nigerian police cannot sweep under the carpet. And when you look at the storylines, you discover that it's something that has to do with gun running. When you look at everything that surrounds the demise, the killing, the buying of OGHENEMENE, it's nothing more than the genocide that our leader, our Onyeukwu, has been drawing the attention of the world, has opened our eyes to know that we, one by one, they are picking us up. They are eliminating us in twos, in fours, in tens, in hundreds. That is the pattern of genocide. This killing of, buying of OGHENEMENE is not something that has to do with, how do you call it? Is it homicide, or or it's not something that has to do with murder. It is not. It is more than murder. It is genocide. And we need to let the world know that the territorial, the geographical nature of the genocidal project of the Fulani in conjunction with the British colonial master extends to the coastal region, which we are here on this platform to let the world know, to open the eyes. The world, remember what happened in one of these communities in Ugele South, whereby an entire village was ransacked in the name of, I can't figure, nobody was able to figure the reason why an entire village was ransacked, just at the pattern that Odi was ransacked during the time of Obasanjo. There is nothing has changed. We must defend our reality. We must defend our existence. We have the right to live. We have the right to determine our existence, just exactly how it is enshrined in the United Nations Charter, which the zoo called Nigeria is a signatory to. This is what I want every one of us to understand. Let me leave it here for now. Mazi, sorry, Nwauda Ejiro. God bless you.
Yeah, thank you so much, Dr. Oghenevoke. You have dived into history, and it's really good that whenever we are talking about us, the Biafran people, it's important that we touch some of the history that links us together. You know, we have been manipulated for years to feel that we are not the same people, but thanks to our supreme leader who made it very possible for us by using our culture and, of course, historical facts to prove that, yes, we have been one people right from Adam's, but the Fulani Caliphates did everything possible to share us in pieces and make us feel that we are not one. We know we are one people. Thank you so much for that. Now we go into the topic, and Mazi Solomon, you're here. This tragic that took place in Delta State. We are all from Delta States, and there is need for us to talk about it. That's why we brought it to our radio, where we can, tell Biafrans what is happening. The boy that was brutally murdered by a policeman is a very young man, and the information getting us is that the mother lost the sibling last year, the brother of this very boy, and this year she lost another son. So there is this slogan that we always use in this struggle, IPOB. We say that until Nigeria happens to you, you will never understand what people like us are doing. So my brother Solomon, what do you have to say? This thing that is happening, why is it always happening, in Delta State? Is it that we are not doing enough as a people to be able to counter things like this? Over to you, please. Thank you.
Oh, thank you, Sister Ejiro, for this privilege. We Nigeria, there is one problem. We have this problem, general problem. Even where I am here, I see it. Nobody care You understand? If you find your way out, you say, thank God. If Nigeria did not happen to you or happen to somebody close to you, you will not know that Nigeria exists. And at the end, when that thing occur, you will shout, Nigeria has happened to me. That is, you already knew that Nigeria itself is not a good thing. But you just let it be, let it lie low, and it's getting worse. You know, we are one. The data state you are talking was created 1992, just yesterday. Some people even forgot. You understand? Before now, it was the old Eastern region, all those parts. You understand? So Ojukwu was the one ruling the old Eastern region to Calabar and other places. You understand? It's one people, Igbo. You understand? This is how it is. But our people always neglect, say, oh no, in a Igbo thing, like Igbo thing. This is what our leaders say. It affect one, it will affect all. Like here in Europe, when something or a tragedy happen, you see all media will take it upon itself. The police will swing into investigation. Everybody will be mourning. You understand? And they will find a permanent solution for that thing not to occur again. But in Nigeria, the case is a different case entirely. Everybody's just looking for a stomach. You see the case of this guy, what's his name, that died. The policeman that went on that mission, there are 3 people. The 2 other guys, they said they are not police. According to Harrison, they were not police. They are the one loading the gun. When the gun failed to shoot, the other guy start loading the cartridge, loading the gun, and he loaded the gun and gave it to the policeman. The policeman shot it. And according to Harrison, he said this is how Delta State Commissioner give civilian uniform to attack people. Then they will add 1 police to it. Both murder. They wanted to cover it, but Harrison went to go and investigate and said, no, this report is not clear. And yesterday, I saw the person that did video them. They were chasing the person. I don't know how true it is. They were chasing him. Say, why did he share that kind of information? Because it was they don't want people to know. Just this is what is going on. It's going on often. This is a common thing in the East. This is what we are fighting for Biafra. You are moving, your life is not safe. You dress good, policemen will top you and tell you, where did you see your money? What are you doing? Are you a G boy? Imagine the kind of country we are. Even going to Europe and coming to Nigeria to go and also are coming to Nigeria, you'll be careful. You don't dress too much. This is how the country has been scattered. And nobody talk about it. Oh, Biafra, I want to go. For the only slogan Nigeria gave to everybody that Biafra want to go. If Biafra go, we suffer. No, for that reason, they should not go. No. One Nigeria. What is one inside Nigeria? We are dying one after one. Nigeria as a structure is not today. The British has already created Nigeria like this. Nigeria is a place when anywhere the British needs a spare parts of a human, they come to pick Nigeria kidney and take it out. It's normal. It's normal. We saw it the other day. Look at Madu. When the rich oppressing his subordinates to take some body parts for him. This is how he is. Survival of the fittest. That's why we are coming together to say enough is enough. Everybody have to speak because Nigeria as an institution is bad. An individual in Nigeria, are you expecting good to come out in the police force when we have repentant terrorists inside the police? Have you forgotten? They are all in the security apparatus of Nigeria. Are you thinking repentant terrorist is there to protect you? No. They are now in uniform, and now they are using some of our youth to do dirty job. Nigeria is just so, and is bad. Anybody it happen to, we condemn it, and it's better we separate Nigeria so that we can take care of the institution in Nigeria. There is a news going now in Nigeria on Facebook. Somebody that told the military, the military head, that your personnel are suffering, you are eating the money, is being jailed in Nigeria for speaking. This is the kind of country we are. It's in detention. They say it disgrace the general. Why did he speak? That the boys, your personnel, your boys, you are suffering there, you are not giving them food, you are not taking them no adequate care. He said, why did he speak? This is the Nigeria we are. My dear, Nigeria, forget it. It's a no-goes area. When justice is being held by people, the corrupt individual, and we individuals support it. If it is your brother that is ruling, you'll be jumping. Hey, it's our turn. It's our turn to eat. This is how the Nigeria is being wired. Even I'm not getting anything for it. Oh, it's an Agbo man. Hey, yes, Agbo man should be there. I'm not benefits, nothing. Just let Agbo man be there. This is Nigeria for you. It's being wired tribalists. Everything is being on tribal issues. A country does not strive that way.
At all.
In Europe, a president that is being elected in Europe, he must have the interest of everybody, and he must be elected by the public, as in people will like him. But in Nigeria, is who no man. Now they enter there. Do you know the only opposition party in Nigeria is IPOB? The only opposition political party in Nigeria is IPOB. Now, this APC administration has destroyed all party system. There is no opposition. It's one party system Nigeria is operating. Anything the government say goes. The other opposition will switch from their own party to the other party without nobody comparing them. So the country will not work. I'm sorry to say. So the killing will continue because, first of all, the youth is a threat to Nigeria because they see the youth. That was what caused the NSANS protest. When the youth are growing up, the president is seeing a challenge. Like, people will be asking questions. So from there, they will be picking the young ones, picking them one by one, one by one. This is till we come together and stop this evil. It will continue. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Thank you, brother. That was a very good one. Like you rightly said, the only opposition we have in Nigeria is IPOB, and that's true. The APC government have been able to, they have emasculated other political parties. So IPOB is the only threat that the Nigeria government have today because it is incorruptible. Yes, we'll go back to the issue of also the issue. There's a point you raised about there's the need for us to come together. Yes, so because if you look at the history of the events that have been going on in Nigeria, you will see that there are so many activities or brutalizations like this that have come up and go. They just go slide. We heard several issues. We saw videos of how Nigerians were being unalived by the Fulanis. You'll be thinking that this situation is enough to trigger people to storm the streets and use the Sarah term in the Bible, if I perish, I perish. But despite all that is happening, you still see the kind of a silence to look as if nothing has happened. It is even people that are not even Nigerians, foreigners, will be talking about these issues. So somehow we'll be wondering what is happening to the people of Nigeria. So anyway, let's go to the topic. The topic says, who killed Oghenemene Ogidi? The unending battle with Nigeria police brutality. Now, this topic is referring us back to past events. That's a thing like this have happened before and nothing happened. Okay. Yes, there was NSAS, but they use a fear. They use weapons to chase the citizens away. And today, if you are paying attention to the Nigerian youths, most times when we tell them on our platform that there is need for you guys to come out, what they will refer back to the NSAS. Oh, you want us to come out so that they will buy us and all that, things like that, So now I want to go to my brother, Dr. Oghenevoke. What do you think is the issue or is the reason why things like this keep repeating themselves in Delta State? Why Delta State? And the first one that also took place happened in Urobo land, and this one again happens to an Urobo. What is happening? Is there something significant about Delta State or Urobo people? Is it that the Urobo youths are not doing what they're supposed to do? Are they a target or so? Please, brother, what do you have to say about the brutal murder of our brother Oghenemene Ogidi? Over to you, please, Dr. Oghenevoke. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Nwauda Ejiro. The last question you asked is the key to every of your dilemma concerning the bye-bye that is taking place, particularly in Ughelli. And Ughelli is strategic as far as the cosmopolitan structure of the Urobo kingdoms. You have the Agbo kingdom, you have the Umeh kingdom, where you are partly from. You have the Ughelli kingdom. You have I think I mentioned three now: Agbo, Urobo, Ughelli kingdom, and some other about four others. Ughelli happened to be the most centralized. When the Umeh kingdom is bordered around the Ijos and then the Ishekiri, like the Ephraim, it's a mixture. So Ughelli now is more or less like the cultural center of the entire Urobo kingdom, and the life wire of the kingdoms of Urobo seems to bear its footing in Ughelli, and more so it looks like a coordinating a center. Probably it's sharing boundary with the interland, the Biafra interland, because if you look at the cosmopolity of the metropolitan structure of Ughelli, you will see that there is a community called Orogu. Orogu is partly Igbo community and partly Urobo community. They speak both language. They speak what we call Ukwani, which is called Igbo. They speak Urobo. And this of Ughelli kingdom, according to the history, it's a female daughter of the founder of Ughelli that established Orogu. So when things like this are happening, it draws us to the root, the historic factor that usually trigger some event or some incident. So you ask, is it a kind of the Ugele people or the Ugele youth are target? Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. They are target, real target, because of its cultural strategic position, because of its historic strategic position, and because of its economic strategic position. Ugele is one, when in terms of local government or community, Ugele is one of the largest oil community in the whole of Nigeria. My own community, my own community under Ugele, I will not mention the particular community for security reason. In terms of family, when you mention, you now present the data based on family, oil producing family, man. By the time you will count 4, 1, 2, 3, you will count my own family, my own fatherland, which I have a portion. My fatherland that I have a portion. We have 3 flow stations there. I will not mention the name of the flow station because of security reason. This is the game. Then the larger family portion, I will not mention the name. We have 21 oil wells.
I think our brother's network is as frozen. Okay, while we wait for Oghenevoke to be back, we have to talk about the reason why you see these things reoccurring. I think it has to do with the silence of the people. You know, I understand that the NSAS, they use a kind of strategic, they use the military to put fear in the heart of the people. But a people who continue to be afraid to die for what they believe in, they will never get it right. If you look at the northern part of Nigeria, these people called the Fulani herdsmen, you know, they have a strategy of pushing and expounding. You know, they decided to be using terrorism to be expounding because they know that people fear to die. Now, they are not afraid to die, right? But we in the South, because we are secular, right? We have a culture of preserving our lives. We don't like, you know, killing ourselves. We don't like killing, in fact. So that is what these people are using against us. So, but at a point of time, it has come to the stage whereby we need to take our destiny in our hands. If not, we're going to be chased out of our communities. Our children will no longer have the voice to speak. And even the police that these people are bringing to Delta State, Edo State, River State, in Biafra land, for example, these people are the Fulanis. Okay, they are Fulanis. They bring them to be in charge, like the IGP, like the DPO, and all these top positions in police. They bring them, they put them in our lands to be heading these police stations. So when something happened to a Fulani man, you go to the station, who you meet there is a Fulani man, is gonna, you know, set that Fulani man free. So the problem we are facing, why this problem is reoccurring, is as a result of the silence of the people. My brother, can you please elaborate a little bit on this issue? Why do you think that the people of Delta State keep harboring this kind of situation? It is very, very, like you rightly said, you made reference to Europe. Okay, let us not even go to Europe. Let's assume this thing happened in the core north, right? Zamfara, you know, Adamawa, these places. Imagine an Urobo policeman or Igbo or, you know, Ijo or whatever. Use a gun and shoot at a Fulani man. My brother, what would have happened in that state as we speak now? But as I can tell you, I belong to a group, okay? Deltas in diaspora. The governor of Delta State called that he wants to hear the voice of Deltas in diaspora, that they should criticize him, that they should bring us together. So they put us in the group. My uncle is, is close to the governor anyway. So they invited us. In fact, I give them headache in that group. I just feel I'm a different person in that group because I keep hitting it to them. So when this boy issue came up, the group was silent, and I was like, "What is happening?" Something happened to one of us, and this group, the governor, the special advisor to the governor is right there in the group, and nobody is saying anything. So, brother, what is that thing that is making our people to keep quiet over an issue like this? If this happened in the north, what do you think would have been the situation today?
Okay. Thank you very much for this opportunity. First of all, there are many factors that make us to be silent. You understand? One, number one factor is self-center. Self-center. Like those we call our leaders that are supposed to speak for us, they are doing eye service job, not what we ask them to do what they are doing. They don't want to speak. They don't want to offend anybody. They don't want to offend the governor. They don't want to offend the Fulani. Because when you offend the governor, you offend the people that put the governor in. Because the governor, me and you know of the governor won election. They have been ringed in, and it must be a Fulani man. Fulani has hijacked that power. If this kind of situation like this happen in the north, that police will be burned alive immediately there. It can never happen. It can never happen, which I believe there and I trust them for that. It can never happen. They will burn him alive over there. The jungle justice will take its place. That is for sure. Number two, is this center or the leaders? Number two, the place. We are Christian. Yes, we are Christian. We go to church every day. The message we are listening in the church is a weekly message, like leave it for God, leave it everything, leave it for God. Imagine you want to travel from point A to point B, you will go to church to go and pray for safe journey. It doesn't work that way. It doesn't work. You understand? I remember when I was in Germany, while I'm driving, then we called me 10 o'clock. I should come to Munich to come and pick, or my friend is there, he's stranded. I will leave, drive. I will tell them I'm coming in 4 hours. I'm back. I will leave. I will drive that night down to there and pick that person and come back without praying. Safe journey is not my prayer. The road is safe. The road is okay. It's just for my brake and everything is okay with my car. Go and come. Sometimes you want to travel in Europe, 8 hours journey overnight. Sometimes most of the time you travel overnight, 8 hours journey, 10 hours journey. You don't pray for safe journey. But only in Nigeria you pray for safe journey. And when you come there, we do praise the Lord. Imagine the kind of messages we are receiving in the church. Very wicked message. Everything the youth leave it for God. There is nothing the youth do. They leave everything. The church has destroyed our mentality. Like, I don't know the kind of Christianity they gave to them. The Europe keep a different type of Christianity here. The one given to Africa is I don't understand that kind of Christianity. In Europe, the roads are kept well. In Nigeria, they don't blame the government. They only blame God. And then the government make the pastor, to always blame everything on devil. You cannot see devil. Devil is a spirit. First of all, it weaken our youth. Nobody speak. You want to die? Hey, not me want die you. Hey, pastor say no. You cannot go and fight the government. You fight the witches are wizards. Have you seen witches before? Have you seen spirits? Only in Nigeria, an old woman that is suffering in your community, that the government sheet of his destiny will blame that person wish. Is the wish of our family, instead of taking responsibility to our hands. Things will continue unfolding. It's because the Biafra take the bull by the horn. You know what Nigeria wanted to do? Nigeria wanted to attack Mazi the Kanu terrorists, then everything will water down. But everybody spring up. The thing now, everybody is confused. Who is not the terrorist? You understand? This is how a movement of people is supposed to be. Nigeria are afraid to move and hold their government responsible. This is the facts. The message we are hearing, the people we put in place, and the leaders we put in place are subject to the caliphate. And everybody is weak. This kind of a thing cannot happen in a society. When Warri was Warri, why was in Warri? I was born in Warri. When Warri was Warri at that time, this kind of thing cannot mess, it cannot happen there. Everybody's afraid. Some kind of thing happen. There is no mass protest. It's the people in Europe that take it upon themselves, sharing it, crying. We are not there, we are crying for them. Before other big television coming. This is how it is now. It doesn't work, and this thing will continue. It will continue because the youth are very weak, very, very weak. They are very weak. Everything they blame the devil. They don't. They will not go and blame. Time is coming. The family of this woman will say it's a witchcraft in the village that push it picking to this thing. Go and check very well. Yeah. This is where the church will narrow they will narrow it to escape the government. And me, you know, we have a bad police force in Nigeria. Me, you know, we have terrorist police force in Nigeria. We know the government is the cause of everything. The government give the bullet to shoot aside. In Europe, you can't shoot a bullet. Okay, let us be sincere. In Europe, can a police fire a shot without an existential threat?
No, not
you can't fire that shot.
Especially when the boy was already handcuffed, right?
Already handcuffed. You can't. You don't have any right.
He does not have any way to attack them.
No weapon. There is no existential threat. Why did you fire a shot? No, these are things we look at. If we want to correct evil, these are things we correct. You don't just fire. You fire for a reason. When there is a special threat, your life is in danger. You understand? And the person is being armed with weapon of destruction. It can kill you. That is when you fire. You will understand why you fire. You will come and explain yourself. But in Nigeria, bullets shoot aside. Oh, yeah. They shoot for free. In short, for fun. God say, I go shoot you. Not play, you go shoot. Now for fun. This is how Nigeria is wired. And these are things we have to correct. And if you did not correct it, it will continue. It will continue. It all lie down to the government. The government is the problem. The government have to control so many things, control the way the guns is being spread in Nigeria to individual, control the kind of people that the other day I saw a policeman smoke better, drink, can't finish, you're gone. I don't go fire. with uniform. You're gone. It is free. Killing is nothing there. And the government wants it. And we should be sincere. The government wants it like that. Because these are a way to reduce the population of youth. And the youth are sleeping. We have a sleeping youth, my dear. It has been a long time. Mazi Kanu is campaigning that we have to come together and make it work. Without that, no, they will pick all of us. One day. This is how Nigeria is wired. Don't worry, tomorrow the news will change. You go and listen to the news. It will start changing. They start blaming individual, start blaming Wish, start blaming somebody in the village. Then the thing will be narrow to devil. Instead of hold the person responsible, that is the government, responsible, the inspector general responsible, first of all. Checkmate your boys. Checkmate your boys. Did you know boys in the police force? Sometimes they don't know. Do you know individual are being, because Iris said something that struck me. He said the police give individual uniform. These are civilians. They are not police people.
We are going to take a look at the senator. I think the senator visited the Delta State Police Command about this issue. As usual, when things like this happen, instead of the people to take power in their hands, because there is no government without a people. The people makes the government. But a situation whereby the people are docile, then those that find themselves in power, they use, what they have to completely silence the people. So it is a society that goes through this kind of situation is a society that does not know the worth of a people, of who they are. Okay, there are over 230 million people in Nigeria. Those in government are less than 1%. Those in government. Now, let us listen to the visit of the senator about this issue. Let's hear what they have to say.
The Assistant Inspector General of Police, Zone 5, Sama Dogo Gaba, at the Nigeria Police Area Command in Warri. Also present were the Commissioner of Police, Delta State Command, Yemi Oyeni, as well as members of the late Mena Ogidi's family, led by his cousin, Mobo Alex, and his elder brother, Victory Ogidi. The meeting followed the extrajudicial killing of Mene Ogidi by Nuhu Usman, an officer attached to the Police Area Command, Efron. Senator Dafinone said he had called for calm, noting that although the public was angry over the incident, he believed the police were handling the matter. He described the incident as painful and shocking, adding that condolences were extended to the family of the deceased. The senator also stated that the Inspector General of Police had taken full charge of the matter by deploying the Assistant Inspector General of Police to oversee the developments in Delta State alongside the Commissioner of Police. He further said police authorities had assured the family that justice would be done. Senator Dafinone also described the killing as tragic, stressing that no officer should use a firearm recklessly against a restrained civilian. He, however, urged members of the public not to generalize the actions of one officer as representing the entire police force. The senator further cautioned against what he described as attempts by individuals or groups to exploit the incident for personal or political advantage, insisting that the focus should remain on justice for the victim and support for the bereaved family. What we have is clearly...
Okay, this senator talking about justice. It's not today we'll be hearing there is nothing like justice in Nigeria. Now, Deborah Samuel, let's go back to, they talk about justice. Deborah Samuel, that was brutally murdered in Sokoto. After they killed this girl, they burnt her to ashes, right? They burnt her to ashes for blaspheming, a religion that she has no affiliation to. She was burnt to ashes. As we speak today, no justice for Deborah. Now, Leah Shaibu, so and the other 200 guests that were kidnapped by Boko Haram. As today, there is no justice for Leah Shaibu and the 200 girls. People campaigned, bring back our guests, etc. There is no trace of those guests today. Now let's go to NSAS. NSAS victims, those that were brutalized in Lekki toll gates. This lady that was, I think her name is this girl that ran to, she was escaped. The girl that was doing live program at the moment they were shooting. I've forgotten the name of that girl.
DJ
Sweet. Thank you so much. They tried to get hold of her because they wanted to silence, because they knew that video, that was the only evidence that the girl had to use against them, because they denied it, that nothing happened. So some of the bodies were displaced. They threw some of the bodies in the water, and those that were rushed to the hospital, they went to different hospitals trying to make sure they eliminate them, because they don't want they don't want to trace them, right? Now this senator, because election is coming, whatever these people are doing now, they are making sure their target is election, because they understand the Nigerian youths they have very shallow and very myopic, right? So now this senator is trying to play as usual the game of the politicians, now saying that the justice must be must take its course, which is not good. There's nothing like justice in Nigeria. The only justice that this boy needs now is the justice of all the people of Delta State to come out and with placards and say that enough is enough. That's the only justice. The reason why things are working in the West is because the Westerners don't take they don't take nonsense. If such thing should happen to one man, everybody will take it to themselves that it has happened to all of them. Because if they don't iron it immediately, tomorrow it will recur. It will happen again. So the reason why these things keep repeating in Nigeria is because everybody they go on their normal daily. And if you go to social media today, you will see that this thing has become, people are using it for contents. They are not even trying to mobilize themselves to say, let's go all out. Now, this senator is playing the game. He has been contacted from Abuja directly, telling him, now go and do your work. Okay, our election is at stake. All the governors in Delta State, in the east, they have all been drafted into PDP. Okay, APC. They are not APC party members. So this man is trying to play with the brain of the Nigerian youths. I am still wondering, why is it that the Deltaners, those that are supposed to speak for the injustice that is against one of them, are keeping quiet? Why are the Delta youths still keeping quiet? Does it mean that they are afraid to speak? Does it mean that they are not solidarity to each other? Does it mean that really, like you talk about the religion, that they have been so weak because of their religion mentality that is making them to be keeping quiet? I want to really understand, why is it that a thing like this will happen in the South? People will keep quiet and use it for content creation. And when it happens in the North, you see all of them come out and they said, if I perish, I perish. These people in the North, we are giving Sharia because they decided that if they perish for the sake of Sharia, they perish. And they forsaken of Obasanjo. A lot of them were gone down. But at the end of it, they got what they wanted. Why are we not doing the same to get what we want? We are all caged. We can't speak. Even in our home, they brutalized us. You see a Fulani we go and rape a young girl of 13, 12, and you will see our people interviewing the guy saying that, oh, they will do nothing to this Fulani, they will take him to the police station. The next 2-3 days, the Fulani man has been released. Why are we doing this to ourselves? What is the problem? Why is it that the Urobo youths, where are they? I want to know, where are the Urobo youths? Why are they not saying anything? Why are they not doing anything? Why are they not in the street as we speak today? I would like you, Mazi Oforitse, to please come in and, if you have anything, if you can tell us what you really think is the problem, because you are back home. You know better than us. So please, if you can educate us on why is the Nigeria youth or the Delta youth are not solidarity themselves.
Uh,
What are you
yeah, when you look at the social media space, you will see the spirit in them that they are in solidarity. The only weapon we have now is the social media. The social media currently is being agog with the recent happening, the recent buying of OGHENEMENE. Everywhere is boozing, but it ends in the social media. Why? It is because the other part of the strength of the youth, of the people, has been long taken from them. The only thing they have not taken from the youth is their Android phone, iPhone, or whatever kind of gadget that they cannot monopolize ownership. They can monopolize a gun. They know who to hand over the guns to, and then give them instruction on how to use it. But they cannot monopolize the phone, the Android phone, the social media. It is out of their reach. And that is the only instrument that is left in the hand of the youth currently. I must tell you that. And you can recall when the Satan of Sokoto made a very disgraceful speech that the social media is a terrorist, very laughable. The social media is a terrorist organization. I wonder how social media, a media, something, a description can be a group that eventually can become a terrorist organization. The reason is just out of frustration. They have seen that this is a strength that is left in the hand of the youth, and they are still using it. I must tell you that let's say if things did not change, if there is no radical revolution, or if our referendum is not called for and it is delayed by just 1 year or 2 years, you will see how the social media will be shut down. One of the problems you see us suffer in the zoo here, that most times we can't come on air, whereby like stream the platform we are using and need plenty of internet server. But we have been subchanged. We have been weaponized, that we have our internet space is very weak. It's very weak. So, but that is the only thing we have now. And I encourage the youth, the robo youth, the data youth, the Biafra youth in general. They should continue to use that platform. They are still using it well. Anytime I scroll my phone, I go on social media, I continue to see the song of Oghenemene. There is no time I play that music that I don't shed tears. Oh my God. Oh God. Look at a poor woman she has lost her husband because of the zoological system. Ordinary health care, we don't have it. We have been weaponized. Our health has been weaponized. The food on our table has been weaponized. Do you expect somebody who has not eaten for the past 3 days, who don't know where his next meal will come out, and will now take up the street and begin to agitate for their right? It's not possible. I remember 1992 stroke 90, okay, it's not 1992, 1993 stroke 1994. I think I was in 100 level then in Delsu in Abraka. During the time of Abacha, if you can recall, you will remember there was a time that students of the Delta State University went to take over a radio station, the Delta State Broadcasting Station, Rainbow Station. Then they call it Rainbow Station. I don't know whether that is the name they still call it. And then seized the station and made a broadcast, which in the history of humanity, in the history of mankind, I think it is. Oh, my network is going. Am I still coming up because my network seems to be poor? It was only done in China, whereby students took over a state institution and declared their stand. Though me, based on, Mazi Solomon was talking about the church. in my youthful days, in fact, I carry church for head. Why in the campus, when people will be campaigning, we will be SU. Oh, it is not good. Don't go against the government. Don't protest. These are the brainwashing, the brainwashers. Me, I did not go. All the students, they load the different kind of vehicle, all from Abraka straight to Warri. They seized the radio station. Aso Rock was shaking, was boiling. The student union president announced that they give Abacha so number of days to step down. Everywhere was shaking, and what Abacha did next was to shut down our school. For 6 months we are at home. That was how I spent 5 years in Abraka. 5 years instead of spending 4 years. I spent 5 years because of all the shutting down of the institution. So the students we have today, the youth we have today, they have been captured. They have been shamed economically. 99% of youth in Delta State are unemployed. Yahoo is in the highest, it's in the peak, the highest point that you see Yahoo because of what? Unemployment. Oil producing state. What stop the Zoo government to establish byproduct petrochemical company that produce cellophane, nylon, produce a lot of things that they still go to Iran to import. One of those things that my mother says, since the war in one day, she's trying to say war somewhere. The things she was buying 2,000 now, she will go to Onisha. Now it is now 5,000. What thing now won't kill us? I say, hey. So you mean that the byproduct we are producing oil, yeah, they go to all the way to Iran to import these items, and because of the Strait of Hormuz has been blocked, then life is unbearable. No industry. What stopped them? No one industry apart from the only industry you have in Delta State is church. Church is the only industry. Church. I'm validly ordained minister of the gospel of Christ to the level of a bishop and to the level of an archbishop in Anglican communion. In Anglican, I'm not a Rosa bishop. I'm not a Pentecostal bishop. I know how it pained me that I decided to put this thing aside, because freedom matters to me more than the false freedom we are preaching on the people. How will I be preaching freedom yet my members are not eating? I keep on collecting tithes from them. I send my children to the best school. Them members of my church, they can't eat 2 square meals. They can't send their children to school. Am I not living a cursed life? Am I not living? This is the situation in Delta State. So don't blame the youth. You that are not employed, they don't have any livelihood. If they have a steady salary, by the end of the month they are going to earn. They can afford to stay on the street for 2 days, 3 days to ask for their freedom, to ask for their liberty. When they have been weaponized, they have used poverty to weaponize them. What else do you want them to do? They are in anchor. The situation that the average youth in Urobo land, in the Biafra land, in the coastal region are facing is worse than OGHENEMENE. You see how OGHENEMENE was, his hands were tied. He has no voice. The only politicians that are supposed to speak, they are in a serious alliance with the Fulani Caliphate. Obarowe, what is his name? Sheriff, who came as a governor on the platform of PDP. What happened? Because he want to collaborate with killers. He want to collaborate. With the killers, people who have made up their mind that the oil in my land, in my own personal land that was allocated to me, belonged to him in being a Fulani. I was asking my sibling, the Ovio Fugele, does he even have access to one well? As far as being the Ovio of the entire Ugele kingdom,
What access does he have in the oil revenue that is coming from Ughelli? How have the
That's Zo network. My brother was hitting it, and unfortunately, you see, this is the reason why we do what we do. Our leader is a prophet of our time. You know, everything that is happening today, he has said it. When our leader keeps calling on the Nigeria youths, is because he knows that there is something wrong. And that thing that is wrong, he is trying to unscrew that knot that they have screwed in their head, that is making them not to be doing the right thing. Our brother said that we don't have to blame the youths, but for me, I still feel that the reason why these things are occurring is because the youths have refused to do the needful. The youths, they have to do the needful. My brother, when you need to survive as a man, you have a family, you have responsibilities, you have bills to pay. What do you supposed to do? You're going to get a job, okay? Although it may not be easy for you, okay? You get a job, you get yourself a job, and you go through all the challenges. At the end of the month, you smile because something is waiting for you in your bank account. And if you don't sacrifice in life, there is no way you can earn. If the Nigeria youths are not ready to take it upon themselves and used, if I perish, I perish, they are going nowhere. The Burkina Faso, the youth in Burkina Faso today, at the point of time, they have to take it upon themselves. They have to say that it's high time we say no. France is not one refrat country. We all know the history of France. Before you count 6 sophisticated countries in the world, France should be among them. But as small as Burkina Faso is, they said that now is the time. Let's kick France out of our territory. And they did it. They did it. So if we should say we shouldn't blame the youth, that means there is no solution. Because they will continue to be suffering and smiling. Imagine one policeman holding one gun. A lot of people were there that could, if maybe all the people had decided to say, let us all be OGHENEMENE, right? Maybe the policeman would have succeeded in shooting 2 or 3, but they would have overshadow him. They would have done something that when other police would think about how their colleague, failed when he attempted, how the people came together. It happened in Rivers State 2 months ago. Fulani man died an Ikwere guy, and he was running away. The youth, they followed him. So there is something wrong with the robo youth. I must say it here. They ran after that guy, that Fulani man, and they did the needful. They did the needful. Before you knew it, they started deploying police in all communities. That thing took up to 3 weeks. All the Fulanis were not hiding. They were hiding. Those that were doing Gateman, they couldn't come out because the Ikwere youth said enough is enough. I don't understand what is wrong with the Urobo youths. I don't understand. So don't say that we shouldn't blame them. Brother, I don't agree with you. I hope you are hearing and you will come back. I don't agree with you. I want the Urobo youth should come out and say enough is enough. Just like the Rivers State, the Ikwere youth did, when one of them were gone down, they said enough is enough. You can't buy somebody's child and you expect yours to live. There is nothing like justice. Justice will take place. There is no justice in Nigeria. Nobody. Our leader is facing injustice. What is they are doing to our leader today? A man that is speaking for freedom of the people is in jail. Why 734 repentants, they call them, Boko Haram, were brought into the society. They were rehabilitated. What kind of justice are you talking about in Nigeria? The only justice that you will have is the justice of the youth storming the street. they have to storm the streets. So my brother, what do you have to say about this before we round up? I think we have almost come to the end of this program. Let's just say this. What advice do you have for the Delta youth and the Nigeria youth as a whole in this kind of situation, please?
Will I say the youth we have now, we have the Indomie generation, please. I have to say it the way it is. We have the content creator generation. Every problem that happens in Nigeria, they use it to they monetize it. Instead of taking reaction, they use it to do drama. Some use it to sing and just use it to just make money within themselves. Before, while I was in Nigeria, while I was growing, I was born in Warri. It doesn't work that way. I know what I was very tender. I know what OC College, what they are doing, the youth there. These are not Indomie generation. If things like this happen, there will be big chaos, riots. But this one we are saying now, they are very weak. Only monetization, go to their page. They will start using it for all sorts of things. In a country that is burning like Nigeria, in a tough war, you see youths coming out in Facebook, opening their private just to make money.
That's terrible.
Is it not funny? I've seen, in Ukraine is fighting war. I've never seen Ukraine women come out in Europe not that they are sex workers, a normal human being, just for money. It's only Nigeria youth. You are telling me that kind of youth in this my city? All youth are TikTokers dancing, shaking their hands. Even the government is asking, are you sure? Is it the country you came out where Solomon came out from? They are seeing my story as a kind of different story, but these people are not saying it. They are dancing, they are checking their yash on Facebook.
There's something fundamentally wrong. Our leader is very right.
I don't know what. There is really something. The government have succeeded in conquering the youth in Nigeria. That is the truth. The only opposition youth is IPOB. Even the youth in Nigeria are helping the government to fight IPOB.
Yeah.
I'm telling you.
That's true.
And they are suffering. They are a big mess. They are look at Christian genocide. One is even telling me that Trump is America want to take their oil. They are trying to, but they are Christian genocide in your country. This man is just trying to help you. It's all right. I asked him, are you benefiting for that oil? He said no. But you said Trump want to take your oil. You see the mentality. Nigeria, I remember when Nigeria pushed this mentality on Facebook, all the youth pick it. You are telling me that kind of youth want to stop genocide in their country? No.
Okay.
It doesn't work. Not this youth I'm saying. It's only
so, in other words, what your conclusion is that there is no hope, right?
Yes.
Wow. Okay. Well, I think we have come to the end of today's program, and yes, brother, I must really appreciate you. Thank you for your wonderful submission, and also that of our brother, Dr. Oghenevoke. Unfortunately, Mazi J.C.I couldn't make it because of his poor network. And I must also thank Mazi George Umeh for giving us this opportunity to be able to air our voice through this hallowed platform, Biafra Radio. Fellow Biafrans, I am calling on every one of you to always tune to the Biafra Radio, a radio where you will hear it, the undiluted truth from our supreme leader. Every information that you need to know about Biafra, about IPOB, about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the supreme leader of this very struggle, it's on this platform. Don't forget to always tune in. We will be here again next week with another topic. Thank you and have a wonderful day. All hail Biafra. Bye for now.
Thank you.